guys, and welcome to Ash Echoes. So we're here to have a step-by-step discussion and walkthrough of your Nexus and give you guys a little bit of a core function of your Nexus. So what are the objectives and the benefits of the Nexus? So the only objective, the main objective is for you guys to have a higher tactical engraving for all of your leaders. So tactical engraving is going to be stats and it's going to be passive effects. So take note that whatever stats you get after going through the Nexus, the leader gets a plus 20% more of the stats. So after you conclude the Nexus, this is what will happen. So increased stats in some of the areas that you are concentrating on. You have main skills here, dependent on the traces or the memory traces that you are actually incorporating in the leader for the Nexus, and you have regular skills here. So add-on benefits for the tactical engraving or the Nexus is going to be these. You have X particles whenever you conquer a danger zone. Okay, so those are additional benefits. Tactical engravings will be needed in also your engraving rating. So this engraving rating is going to have or going to give you a couple of rewards. I'm sure you guys have unlocked some of this, but unlocking the next parts here is gonna require kind of a tricky level up, or not really tricky. As long as you follow the process of unlocking this, you'll be fine. Plus, you do have a couple of benefits once you unlock your growth reward. So defense right now for me at B17 is at plus 90 defense and plus 80 terminal. How do you unlock this? You will have to go to your engraving list. Okay, if you notice, there are three symbols in the engraving list. There is a square, a triangle, and a diamond. Okay, so for your what do you call this? For your square, these are mainly melee characters, which are Bulwark, Vanguard, and Striker. So you need to use a character that has a square symbol. So any of those, Bulwark, Vanguard, and Striker. For the second column here, you have a triangle, which is going to be your range units, which is going to be Skirmisher and a Ranger. So any Skirmisher, any Ranger can do for you to unlock this. And the last column would be Diamond, which is comprised of your support and your tactician. Just follow those columns and make sure that you use that type of class for that leader, and you can unlock each of these spaces here. So make sure that you have the highest engraving possible, because the engraving that you will be able to unlock would accumulate into the total engraving here. So if you sum up all of these figures here, the white figures here, it will total 36767. Okay, and there are unlock conditions for the second one. So growth level will be B19 plus total engraving rating is 2200. So I'm already above that, and I'm actually just waiting for this to open here. This opens 9 hours from now, so I'm actually just waiting for this to open, and this will populate as well. So I hope that you guys are able to understand what are the benefits and objectives of your tactical engraving. So because a lot of people are asking, why do we need to do this, and why and how does it impact my team? The impact basically is, if you look at a specific engraving, again, just want to reiterate this, you will have stats, increased stats once you go to the Nexus, and you will have passive effects, regular skills and main skills. So those are the things you are going to have to go through the Nexus to acquire. Okay, so on to the Nexus. Okay, so let us try to enter a Nexus here. So once you enter the Nexus, you will need at least one spirit. So one spirit is going to be accumulated once per day. If you lack a spirit, definitely you could use the spirit enhancer to add one, and you can use it as you add it to your spirits here. So for the engraving status limit, so each of the Nexus here has an engraving stat limit. Okay, not status limit, stat limit. The stat limit is going to be defined as, so Nexus Phenomena, Nexus Mirage, the limit for each of the stats is going to be at 1 to 80 limit. A new Nexus in the future, which is Nexus Overworld, is going to have a 1,500 limit. And when a stat exceeds 1,000, stat value obtained further than 1,000 is going to be at half. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stats here. So if we try to enter the Nexus, I already prepared actually a leader here and all of the traces. But for the stat, as an example, if your limit is 1 to 80, then it could be possible for Vit, Defense, Attack, Mastery, and Terminal to have a max of 1 to 80. But as you reach 1,000, therefore, if instead you're gonna be getting 100, definitely you'll only be getting 50. So again, it's going to be half. So with that, opening more Nexus can increase your limit in the future. Okay, so this is very self-explanatory. So you have your attack. Attack is going to be your damage bonus and attack bonus. Your defense is going to be damage reduction rate. If defense is too low, Echomancer might suffer extra damages. So it will be helpful that you prioritize part of your Nexus run in defense, because again, defense would help you survive harder enemies as you go through the Nexus. So for Vit, it's going to be max HP, incoming healing bonus. Mastery is going to be incoming final damage dealt, defense max block, and block strength, healing, and healing power. And the last is going to be your terminal, which is going to be affects terminal max shield energy, damage absorption by a single shield, max durability, and an effective level of terminal skills. Okay, so those are the details of each of the stats that are here. So going back to, right after you select a, you use a spirit, you actually go here in this menu, you select a leader, then you select 5 memory traces. The 6th one is going to be an aiding memory trace, which is actually shared to you by your community or your friends. Okay, so those are the those are the things you would be able to need before you enter the Nexus. So as you select your traces here, you are going to take a look at the skills that each of the trace gives you that can complement your leader and the possible team that leader will be bringing. So these are the skills, and these colors here with the numbers is going to represent the initial stats or the stats that you are going to be increasing. So if this trace is going to be defense, obviously it's going to give you more stats for defense and less stats for attack. If this is for mastery, again, more stats for mastery and less stats for the rest. And again, and so forth and so on. Attack is this one is going to give you attack because this is a trace for attack. So if you get my drift, those are the considerations that I think you must think through before you equip these traces to your leader. So let us try one run here up to the end. I'll give you guys a step-by-step walkthrough on how I would decide on to playing your Nexus. Okay, so as you enter, definitely you will have your base stats here as you click start. So this one is an interact event. We'll be going towards, so encounters, guys, is going to be a leader only event. So defeat enemies to increase depth, higher stats, and higher skill points if you do increase in depth. So as as you are able to defeat them, as you are able to go more deeper, defense, as I've said, is a very big requirement here, because the lower your defense, the higher the chance that you're gonna be defeated as you go deeper into the Nexus. So we'll try to go depth 3, and the next one is another interact. This one is going to be a stat increase bonus, which is advanced resonance point. Okay, so this is going to be your illuminated traces. So if you click on this, the next time that this the chance of this trace is going to be a plus 20%. Okay, so you'll be getting more stats from this trace basically. So let's have it at 1 upgrade at 150, and you click upgrade. If you don't have any selections, you could just basically click on the next one. So this one is going to be your advanced resonance. So this is basically choosing a stat here that you want to get. It might not be the highest stat, but it's a priority stat for you. So we're going first and foremost with attack. And also this is going to be a story. Just skip the story and we move on. So next we're going to have more encounters with your leader. So as long as your leader can withstand the attacks, you can easily, go forward with the Nexus here. So again, after your encounters, we get to select more depth in terms of your Nexus. So you can actually either select 4 or 5 or maintain 3, but as you progress to the Nexus, the deeper you are, the higher the stats you're going to be getting. So I'm going to take a chance going to increase it to 5. Okay, so interact again, reward. So this is just skill points for your skill. So as you come here, you are presented with 2 traces. I would suggest that you unlock traces that are your priority. So I will be unlocking muscle building. This is a priority for me. And also there are choices here. Again, use your best decision and more or less decide on which of the stats are you going to be your priority. And also skill points are going to be added this way. So with this, I'm going to be selecting Vit plus defense because those are 2 stats. This one again is selecting another, either of the traces. So I'll be going with this one and just click on this one if you don't have any choices. Again, I'm actually leveling I'm awakening a trace because you are actually unlocking several stats here of the trace, because if you don't level up a trace, some of the traits are actually locked. So you have to open it because it's your priority. You skip again for the story. I'll leave this to you if you're going to be going through either a skill or a platform, or a skill or a stat. Preferably for me, I would go with stat platform because stats are hard really to increase rather than skills. Skills, you do have a couple of skills already, so more or less I would go with platform. So let's go back. So this is a challenge here. This is a danger zone. So multiple rewards for the nodes here. So you have rewards here to conquer this challenge. This is just a basic battle. So you have to take note that you need to build a team here before you enter. And I'm using my regular team. Nothing fancy here. Oops. So nothing fancy. I just wanna make sure that I have the right peeps. And this is my aiding Echomancer. So start battle, and let's see how this battle goes. So this is just a regular battle, guys. It's not really any different to any other battle that you have outside with the Nexus. So it's still on auto. You can still manage your skills if you like. And most probably this is going to be a quick battle. Not so much of because this is still a lower part of the Nexus, so expect a quicker battle here. So far no need to intervene. We have a couple of minutes to spare here, probably 2 or 3 minutes just to close this out. So after this one we will move further, and we will have to make sure that we have our defense high, because if our defense is low, there is a high chance again that you'll be defeated by enemies in the lower depth or the higher depth of the Nexus. So currently I think we are at 5, level 5. I don't remember, but again, this is just something that you should finish in order for you to get past this. So we're nearing the final round of battle here. I don't think this will be a problem. So all the way auto, and I think we're done. Okay, so as you finish that simple battle, of course, as you go, we're at 5. So as you go further the Nexus, if you counter the same battle, it's gonna be difficult than on depth 5. So right now again, just wanna upgrade a one upgrade, because this is gonna be a progression. So, and also this one, now we have stat selections. Then I'll choose this one for attack. Mental load, by the way, is going to be debuffs. So if you have a choice between a mental load and another type of selection, you actually have to make sure that your mental load is manageable. But right now it's only mental load here, so definitely click on it. Progression is 20%. So we move forward. So again, you're faced with another Trace Awakening, whether you're gonna be going with this trace or this trace. So this trace is Vit, this trace is also Vit. Let's go with this one. Let's process forward skills. Then this one is going to be awakened the final time, and you have Vit here as the highest. So you don't really need to get the highest. It's more on how you're how you're building the traces that you decide on which stat you're gonna be prioritizing. So now we are at level, forgot what level we are, I think 6 or 7. So right now opponents are still manageable in terms of encounters. I don't see the HP of Laurel going down, so I'm leaving her be, not even moving an inch. So right now we are at 6. Let's go increase our depth to 8. So this is going to be a big gamble because my defense is at 318. So obtain a skill. That's a new one. And this one is part of the trace that you have. So this one is going to be part of HP. Just click on it because you don't have any choice. For this one, again, you have to choose between who. Let's activate this one because this hasn't been activated. This is for Laurel. Upgrade plus skip story. Then this one is pretty tricky because either you pretend to leave or you leave obediently. I would suggest, it really depends. If the stages are manageable, the fights are easy, then you leave. If the fights are not easy, then you pretend to leave because you'll stay in this level. So let's leave obediently. I have a plus in attack stat. by doing that. Then let's also do an upgrade here. Play story, skip story. Then with this, again, your skill points are here. Skill points are important because if you don't have skill points, you cannot activate it. You cannot activate the skills that you have collected. So let us get attack and vit for now. And again, here's another choice and a unique effect trigger, gaining an additional regular skill. So you can actually check what it is. So let's go with this because it has an add-on. Let's just skip the story. Interaction, obtain a new skill. So again, do the last upgrade. Okay, so we're now in a situation where you can get mastery, but I don't want to prioritize mastery. I'm going with your defense because I want to go further with the Nexus. Mental load. Then for this one, TRM, it's at 232. Let's get TRM and skill points here. It's really up to you guys on selecting what is your preference on your builds. And there is a stat balance here. Because some of the stats need to be balanced, kind of similar to the others that are leading. So just click on that. It will increase all, obtain skill. And this is what I'm saying. So if your mental load is good, then therefore you would go with this one. So let's go with Vit plus skill points. Upgrade. And this one is a new skill. Hustle, assault ground, extra damage, and this one is an upgrade. Let's go with the upgrade here. +8, skip, forward. You actually have an option to do this on semi-auto or on full auto. Right now, I'm doing a manual so that you could understand what are the crucial decisions you have to make in between the things that you have to do in the Nexus. So for this, I will be selecting attack for now. I want to increase that attack stat and select this and defense as well. Okay, let's go with defense. Okay, right now you do have a small mental load that's manageable, but I would want to go with this one. So right now we're at Vit 131, attack 114, mastery 120. I'm gonna go with Vit here because most of my traces are going to be triggered by Vit. Okay, TRM. So we have another fight here. So hopefully I can manage this. So far so good. Okay. All cleared. Okie dokie. So we're at 9. I think we can handle 11 here because we have enough defense. Yeah, 527. Obtain skill, pass through, and this one is the last. Activate and upgrade. We're at B18 right now. So the highest stat right now is going to be 243. Let's get that. That's a big bump forward. My tendency is once I reach 1,000 for a skill, I would less prioritize it because again, once you reach 1,000 points that you acquire for a stat, a stat is going to be halved. So try to spread out what the stats that you acquire, because again, 1,000 is going to be probably your turning point wherein you have to decide. So now mental load is high. We are basically at here. So gonna be getting this a -50 skill points, obtain skill. And this is a decision to make. Either you avoid combat or you do fight. Let's do a fight here. Because I'm confident that we can handle these two here. So far, so good. No, not a scratch. But this is gonna, take time to finish. So far, we're doing good. 1 down. And probably another to go. Okay, so there we are. So we are at 12 now. Let's maintain 12 because I don't want to be too overly greedy on the stats. So we have increases across the board. Let's get Vit because I need to reach at least 750 because one of the traces will trigger at 750. Okay, activate, obtain. TRM. Let's go with TRM. Upgrade, obtain skill. Okay, so we can fight again. Let's do a fight here. I want to pick a fight. Okay, so hopefully we can clear this again without any problems. So far, HP is holding for her down to 1, and I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, maintain current depth for now. Okay, so this is quite a pickle. So we're here for mental load. Let's do a gamble here. Let's get this one. Okay, leveling out. Let's finish this up. We are at 822. Obtain skill. Again, I want to do more stat platforms. We have 4, 6, 2, 9 skills. Okay, so just start this, and another battle ensues, guys. So this is going to be an end-to-end walkthrough, so that you would be able to, know my thoughts on how to do a walkthrough or how to do the Nexus, and what I would decide if I were in your shoes. So basically, it's gonna be a good run, especially if we don't die as easily. So let's... Okay, so far so good. Let's no, not you, this one. Let's have a regen here. So far she is holding. What I mean is Laurel holding tight. Let us put out some supports here. Okay, so far we're good. We have 2 spikes in the middle. I think we're nearing 75% of the Nexus. This is manual, guys. You have the option to do this on auto, but there are certain settings on auto that, again, you need to understand before you set them. Okay? So this is all manual on, how will I confront the Nexus if I'm going through the Nexus. So far we're good. We're about half of the stage. We have more incoming. Okay, so far we've been good. No more enemies? Okay. Obliterated by summons. Okay, so we are near the last portion of this battle. So this is gonna be quite a toughie because it has a shield, but everybody takes care of that, and we are in the last portion of this battle. Usually, if I may say so, there are usually 2 or 3 battles depending on how deep you go into the Nexus. So let us do a boost for the last phase. Okay, this is the last wave, guys. Brace yourselves. So hopefully we don't encounter any problems. And there you go. Okay, another victory here. Okay, moving forward. Upgrade. Okay, here is a bunch of stats again. I'd go with defense so that I could be comfortable in going way down. Okay, mental load, of course. Attack. Let's go with attack. I'm already above 1,000, so I will be standing by with adding attack stat and focus on the other priorities that I have. I'm already at 1,000, so have to make sure that your stats are evenly distributed, especially for the prioritize or the priorities that you have. So I'm at 13. Let's maintain 13. This is a deep run because okay, we're progress 91. We're near the end. We are actually on the last one. So Vit is 176. Let's go with Vit here. Okay, we're stopping with Vit. Probably gonna be going with defense after this. Hopefully I could still reach 1,000 for defense. Another one. I think this is the last stage. Final stage for us to clear. And it's going to be a boss. So bosses are kind of tricky because I wouldn't know if, you know, I would survive some of, you know, the attacks of this boss or the attack of the mobs here. So I just hope that everything is going to be okay. So far we're good. I'm actually just not moving anybody here, just playing things out. Let's have more reinforcements. Okay. Let's just take care of these mobs. And hopefully we could attack the boss. Okay, here he comes. Du Wang. Mr. Wang. Okay, Mr. Wang. So we are okay. We haven't been wiped out. Let's use a regen. Okay, so far so good. We are doing things okay. Let's do a buff here. And let's reserve the other skills for later. It's an AoE attack. I don't need that. Let's activate Ghost Hand here so that we can have quicker rate of fire. Okay. We have another round with the boss. As you can see, there's another red button there. This is the last round for the boss. And hopefully we won't have a problem vanquishing this dude. Let's do an Echomancer boost here to deal quicker damage. Survive. I'm not doing anything, just survive. Okay. They didn't survive. I have to put out oh, we're good. Okay. So we're done with the last stage. Just move forward. Just accept. And a final increase would be for defense. I think there's another increase here. Mastery skill points. Let's do this. Another round here. This one is for all, right? Okay. Complete Nexus depth at 14. So we are at A26. Okay, as we finish this, you will have to distribute your configure skills. So how to distribute your skills? First and foremost, prioritize skill distribution with the ones that you used in the traces, if you could remember them. So this one, the Vit 1000, Vit 750, basic attacks. This is snipe. That's a priority. Corrosion. It's a priority because we have Lorel there. Then we have that. So just prioritize more or less the ones that are in your traces. Then everything is going to be distributed depending on you. You know, depending on your preference. So just want to go with all necromancers, not necromancers, echomancers here. It's better to get skills applicable to all echomancers so that everybody will benefit from it. So what else do I have here? Okay, so let's do this. Confirm, confirm, confirm. So after confirming, and here is your last confirm. We are at A26. Okay, so that is it. That is how we arrive at A26. We went through the Nexus at depth 14. Okay, give everybody a like, and there we go. So again, I know that that was a very long walkthrough and step by step, but I hope that you guys were able to get something from it. And don't forget to claim. These are your rewards as you go through the number of danger zones conquered. That's it, guys. So that is how you go through the Nexus. Again, the Nexus has auto and semi-auto. It's really up to you if you're going to be using it. But my recommendation is if you want a very precise run at the Nexus, please do it manually. So that is it, guys. Again, comment in the comment section below. What do you think? And thank you very much, guys, for staying this far. Take care. Stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.